Welcome to Retail Focus, brought to you by 14:59 p.m. Retail Focus provides insightful, timely, and engaging discussions on the latest trends, news, and developments in retail, e-commerce, and technology. We aim to inform and inspire professionals, enthusiasts, and anyone curious about the evolving landscape of these industries. And now, here are your hosts, John Suder and Bart Mroz.
Support for Retail Focus comes from Nerve Tonic Brand. Born in 2012 out of sheer boredom and questionable decisions, Nerve Tonic Brand has somehow defied the odds and logic to become a powerhouse online lifestyle brand. What started as a whim has transformed into a global hub of edgy clothing, snarky accessories, and unapologetic lifestyle essentials for those who prefer their style with a side of sarcasm. Sign up for the newsletter today to score 10% off your first order and stay ahead of the game with exclusive drops and discounts. That's nervetonicbrand.com, your style elixir. Hello, and welcome to Retail Focus. I'm John Suder, and I'm here with my co-host, Bart Mroz.
What's happening?
What's happening, Bart? Before we get started today, Bart, why don't you tell me your awesome thing for this week?
The weather, actually.
Yeah.
It's been gorgeous outside. I wish this was for a while. I'm going to say that because it is sunny. It's beautiful. It's not humid yet.
Not yet.
Kind of soaking it up.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you can get it, because it never lasts. No. All right, my awesome thing, it's German soccer. In the Bundesliga, Bayern München are my favorite team, and they're poised Saturday to win another championship if they get a W, and if the other team, actually, Leverkusen is behind them. So if they win Saturday, they win another championship. They're the most successful club in German football and among the world's most decorated, having won 33 national titles, including 11 consecutive titles from 2013 to 2023 and a record 20 national cups.
Nice.
And also, my favorite player is retiring, Thomas Müller. He started his career back in Bayern München in 2008, and he's played under a ton of coaches. Louis van Gaal, Vincent Kompany, Pep Guardiola, Julian Nagelsmann, who I liked. I couldn't believe they got rid of him. But anyway, yeah, exciting weekend for pro German soccer, and also the Kentucky Derby. So it's a full weekend, and I hope it rains all weekend.
Speaking of soccer, I know this is kind of weird, but do you see Wrexham? They might be going up again. Man.
Oh, really?
2-3 years, yeah, because they just won.
Boy, so I'll tell you what, that investment really paid off for those dudes.
Right? 2-3 years. Imagine the next year or so, they actually go to Premier. That would be the most successful drive over 5 years. That
guys at Netflix are fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And man, they bought it for what, $2.5 million or whatever?
Yeah, and now it's worth, I think, $100 million.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just the merchandising and just the hype around it alone really pumped a lot of money into that.
I mean, I know the true fans some of them are like, "Wow, we hate that." I'm like,
yeah, I can see that
without them. I get it, but money comes into it.
Yeah, money changes everything. All right, enough singing. Let's get started.
You know money. Money.
All right, let's get started. UPS layoffs. UPS just decided to send 20,000 employees packing because apparently delivering packages isn't as profitable when your biggest customer is Amazon, who's now cutting their deliveries in half, as we reported earlier. Yeah, Amazon's basically ghosting UPS like a bad Tinder date. And you throw on some spicy new tariffs from the administration that made shipping from China about as fun as a root canal. And suddenly UPS is slashing jobs and shutting down 73 facilities like it's Black Friday for layoffs. And automation is swooping in to steal even more jobs. Robots don't need coffee breaks or union contracts, after all. The Teamsters Union is already throwing a fit, warning UPS to behave or face a labor showdown. Meanwhile, local towns that relied on UPS for jobs are bracing for some serious economic whiplash. Bottom line, UPS is trimming the fat, but the real winner here is your robot overlords. Meanwhile, your packages might take a little longer or cost a little more to arrive. So next time your order is late, just remember, it's not lost. It's part of the great UPS job purge and tariff-induced chaos. Welcome to the future of delivery, folks. So as I said, the causation of this Amazon pullback, they slashed package volume for Amazon. Trade war and tariffs, we don't need to address that because we already know what that is. Automation and technology, macroeconomic uncertainty, ongoing global economic instability, and a decline in U.S. package volume, down 9% in the core business, have put further pressure on UPS's margins and forced the company to act. So the ripple effect is on the economy. 20,000 job losses is no small potatoes. As I mentioned, union tensions, because nearly 75% of UPS's workforce is unionized.
Mm-hmm.
Facility closures, anybody that's got a UPS branch in their small town, they're really going to feel that. And industry impact, UPS cuts signal broader challenges in the logistics sector, with rivals like FedEx also seeing stock drops and bracing for similar pressures. Consumer business shipping, reduced capacity and higher costs could ripple out to consumers and small businesses, of course, because we always pay the price. And broader economic signals. So here is a frightening quote from UPS CEO Carol Tomé. Quote, "The world hasn't been faced with such enormous potential impacts to trade in more than 100 years. Have a great weekend, everyone."
Yeah. So it's funny. The way I was reading that, I was thinking about it. We took like an interesting obviously the tariffs have an impact, right? Of shipping and stuff like that. But interesting, if you look at it, I think people also got tired of grabbing stuff. Like, yeah, the upward trend was going through 2020, right? Like that was the whole delivery thing through pandemic and all that stuff. But like, I don't know about you, but I definitely slowed down ordering anything. Even before the tariff stuff, like I really just pulled back unless I really needed it or something broke, right? But in reality, I don't really order stuff.
I think that is going to be a trend. Now, you'll see people who are pro-tariff and says, you know what, we have too much stuff anyway, so, this is going to be good. The problem is that small businesses are going to get crushed by it, but that's a whole other.
Yeah, I look at the crap stuff that you ordered, right? Like, oh, this cup, yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm just going to order it. And I'm like, you have cups. Like, who cares?
Yeah. I read an interesting Reddit thread this morning, and somebody said, it's r ask US, and foreign people in Europe ask the US, say, what's the deal? And a guy chimed in who was from Europe. He says, well, Americans purchase twice as much as any other country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So an example, in Germany, a house is generally around 800 square feet, which is basically like a guest room in somebody's.
Your house. Listen, your house and my apartment are bigger than most European places.
Correct. Yeah.
And we don't spend that much. Like I have a 2-bedroom apartment. Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like it's just so much different living. Like people don't. It's consumerism. It's always been consumerism.
Right. Their spending is a lot different. Like one guy was like, I can't believe Americans spend $125 on a sneaker and not think it's a big deal. Whereas in Europe, you buy a $125 shoe, that is a long-term commitment.
Absolutely. Because, the salaries are different. Like the whole place is just a totally different world, right? The fact that like one of the, busting economy, like businesses here is self-storage, that we build storage places to rent out, is just beyond, right? Like if you tell that to Europeans, they're like, what do you mean? Right?
What are you storing in there?
Storing there stuff I haven't seen in 10 years.
Right. And probably won't see until it gets auctioned off.
Exactly. So we do definitely, US is very consumer and service driven, like consumerism and service driven. We're not, it's a different world completely.
Yeah.
But also you have to look at how big this place is, right? Like US is just a big ass place.
Yep. It's one big shopping mall. But one guy pointed out, he says, Americans purchase 2.5 as much crap as any other country, but we also have to produce twice as much. Whereas when you live in Europe, you've got, 3 months off a year, you close the shop down for lunch, you have a siesta, you live a better lifestyle with less.
Yes. It's just a different way of thinking.
Yeah. Family is important. You sit down with your family at every meal. It's a completely different lifestyle. I wish America would adopt some of these habits. Not a chance, right? Capitalism.
That goes into, but that goes also into like the other side of it is like besides the big company stuff, but like, people building bigger companies or research and stuff like that, there's a hustle for it, right? Would you have the same kind of, business or not if you didn't hustle and do the same kind of work?
Right.
I mean, there's the other side of it, right?
Right. Risk and reward. So, the hustle culture, well, it's kind of died down a little bit. It's still there. It still exists. People are still.
Yeah. But like I had this conversation with somebody this week about the hustle culture, right? Everybody's like, the people who go to that level, right? You just like, they're like, oh, hustle culture is terrible, terrible. I'm like, the reason you are in a position to be in that position to say hustle culture is bad because you hustled to that point.
Right. You burnt yourself out.
So would you be in the same place that you were if you just did it the way you think that should be done?
Right.
No. So I just, there's the balance that as long as you balance it out, fine.
Agreed. All right. We're getting into a philosophy podcast here. So we're going to move on. Speaking of shopping, OpenAI's new shopping feature. So OpenAI just decided ChatGPT wasn't busy enough and threw in a shopping feature because who doesn't want their AI buddy to play personal shopper now? You can ask it stuff like best headphones for $100 or cute dog costumes, and it spits out a neat little lineup of products with pictures, prices, star ratings, and review snippets. Pretty fancy, right? But don't worry, it's not just another ad fest. OpenAI swears up and down that these are organic recommendations with zero commissions or sneaky affiliate links. The AI remembers your favorite brands and styles, so next time it's basically stop stalking your shopping habits, it's for your convenience. You don't buy stuff inside ChatGPT itself. It just hands you a link to the retailer site and says, good luck. It's like having a super helpful but slightly judgmental friend who knows where to find the best deals but won't carry your bags. The feature is rolling out globally for free and paid users alike, covering categories like fashion, beauty, home goods, and electronics. Basically, it's ChatGPT trying to be your new Google Shopping without the annoying ads and sponsored nonsense. In short, ChatGPT, I cannot say that today. ChatGPT just leveled up from chatty AI to your personal, slightly nosy shopping assistant, making online shopping a little less painful and a little more conversational. I like it. Like I said, Perplexity has
pop up. I had it pop up. Yeah, I had it pop up this morning. I was looking something up and it popped up. It was interesting. What was I looking for? I was looking for something and it popped up on the side. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. I'm sure if I really want that in there.
I haven't tried it yet, though. I sent you some good prompts. I sent you that prompt this morning. Did you?
Yeah.
Prompt?
No, not yet.
It's a psychology prompt. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
If you talk to ChatGPT enough, it really gets to know you, and it really spits all your problems back in your face.
No thanks. No thank you. I know my problems, and
you know what it said to me? It says you really like to plan stuff, but you always want to go it alone, and you're torn between two places here. You want to get organized, but then you're afraid, and you want to. I'm like, all right, I'm breaking up.
You know me too well. I mean, speaking of that, it's kind of interesting, right? What is it? It's going to be shopping. It's going to be, your coach. You're for everything, right? Like,
it'll be my friend for
my friends. Yeah, the shopping thing is interesting. I mean, that's coming. I think Shopify is having a deal with ChatGPT. They're kind of integrating both. That's an interesting way. I think. With the Shopify stuff, I think there was a lot of description stuff that gets written by AI now.
Yeah.
You can actually use it. It's just AI is just in everyday life now. So
yeah, I mean, there's some competing shopping assistants already. Rufus, which we talked about, that actually kind of gets in the way when you're trying to find stuff because it's like, oh, ask me anything. I'm like, no, I just want to look it up.
Yeah, I guess if you think about it, like, and I just did that because I was looking for something, and I barely use Google search now. I actually just go straight to ChatGPT, like, oh, I'm looking for this, or I'm asking a question. Like,
when you want answers, right?
I just want answers, but like, even if something's broken and I don't know what it is, I can just point the camera to it and say, hey, this was broken. What is it? And then we'll go through it, and here's the link to what you were shopping for. Well, kind of weirdly, while talking through this, I think this is where Amazon screwed up. Meaning
what?
the lady in the tube That's where voice shopping should have been.
Yeah.
They did it. It was pushed, but it never was that, right?
Never really
Because
caught on.
it wasn't great because it wasn't a great thing, right? All of a sudden now with the Mace 5th, they're coming out with the AI stuff for it.
Yeah,
But I think it wasn't the greatest thing, right? Where I can just do it on my phone, right? I'm standing there. Like I think they missed a window. I think they missed a full window.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't think the voice shopping ever really caught on, and I think a lot of people saw it more as an annoyance than a benefit.
Right, because like I'm looking for whatever, and maybe I've done it twice in how many years they've tried to have them, and we have them over our house. But like, I don't think they got there. I think they missed the window on this thing.
Absolutely. So I use ChatGPT similar to what you said. You show it a picture of something and say it's broken. I took a picture of myself and said this is broken, and then the smoke started coming out of my laptop. I don't know what that was. That was a joke. I'm basically saying I'm a broken human being.
Oh no!
All right, let's move on to our final story. This one is very exciting in my opinion. Slate, the $20,000 EV pickup. Meet Slate, the $20,000 electric pickup that's basically the anti-Cybertruck. Think your grandpa's trusty old pickup with an electric heart and zero frills. No flashy touchscreens, no autopilot, not even power windows. Yeah, you get to crank them like it's 1982. It's small, simple, and unapologetically basic with a range of 150 miles standard and a modest 240 miles if you splurge on the battery upgrade. Oh, and it can tow about 1,000 pounds, so don't expect it to haul your entire house. Tesla Cybertruck, it's the futuristic stainless steel beast with a starting price north of $60,000, 340 miles of range, and enough horsepower to leave most trucks in the dust. It's flashy, polarizing, and packed with tech that makes Slate look like a flip phone. But here's the kicker. Slate is targeting the practical, budget-conscious crowd who want an EV pickup without selling a kidney. It's rugged, repair-friendly, you can fix it yourself with help, and designed to be affordable and accessible. Meanwhile, Cybertruck is still the shiny dream for tech lovers and Tesla fanboys. So if you want an electric truck that won't bankrupt you and doesn't require a PhD to operate, Slate's your no-nonsense hero. If you want to turn heads and blast a 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, keep saving for that Cybertruck. In short, Tesla's the flashy, futuristic show-off. Slate's the humble, hardworking underdog, quietly stealing the budget-conscious crowd. Elon Musk, watch your back.
Maybe.
I
love this truck.
I like this whole concept. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love the truck. Love the concept. The 20,000 is before. It's after federal.
It's 27.5,
like
and then you get
like
the tax
30.
credit.
Yeah, but there's nothing in it, right?
Right.
Where the problem with love the car, love the concept. You can add, seats and all that kind of stuff. I get what they're going for, and you can customize and stuff like that. Here's a problem: BYD is beating the hell out of them.
I know.
Unfortunately, they're not going to be here. You know what I mean? Like BYD was the other. There's another Chinese one. They just or I just saw another company just we just produce $10,000 cars.
I heard that too. I think it was BYD. They have a $10,000 electric car. I mean, how could you?
And they're gorgeous, and there's stuff in it. Right. So the competition out there. As soon as that actually happens, the tariffs are stopping that, but BYD is just beating everybody up right now because they can produce it. That's because China has full integration capabilities.
Right. They have all the battery components. They have all the raw materials.
And if you don't have something, they can produce it down the street.
Right. Exactly. Shrug emoji.
Basically.
But anyway, let's talk about this. I like the concept, and yes, you've made some very valid points. But I think it's a good disruptor for the EV market. I think a certain category of let's call it young men who will go crazy with the customization on this stuff. I guarantee you're going to see these come out with all kinds of crazy custom packages. They're basically doing the Harley Davidson model where it's you have the basic bike, but then you can just keep putting stuff on there, doing it. And what they're trying to do to keep costs down is that it's so basic that you would be able to Most people. Some people will be able to fix the car themselves instead of taking it into a shop. And they're going to offer
There
class.
really isn't anything. I mean, there's nothing in them.
It's a battery and a drivetrain and some tires and, there's no entertainment system. It's roll your own. You bring your own, which I think is kind of cool. No flashy features. I think the outer body is plastic, which they say is scratch and dent resistant. Basic HDD.
It's kind of funny. So like entertainment system, right? I've always wanted that. I wanted to just bring my own because who uses an inbuilt anything? You use Apple CarPlay or Android Play.
Yeah.
And why would you do anything else? Like they do a better job than anybody else. Infotainment systems are better that way, right?
Yep.
Unless you're Tesla and it's a pain in the butt. It's a better way of thinking about it. I like the idea. Like in reality, there's nothing in that car. It's a motor on top of a back wheel, and there's nothing to fix in these things.
Right. Drivetrain, battery, and tires.
There's nothing. You don't change oil. Like the only thing you put in, like, is windshield wiper fluid. There's nothing to do with them.
Yeah, you got to get your blinker fluid. That doesn't come with blinker fluid.
Your blinker fluid. Speaking of like, I do own a Tesla. This is the first time I had to go to a shop in 8 years.
What was wrong with your car?
I had to nail my tire. I had to screw my tire.
Oh crap!
But that's about it. And I had to get my tires rotated. It's fine. But the experience of their shops is amazing. Like they just do a better job overall with everything. But there's nothing in these cars to do that. Even brakes, because they use regenerative braking, you don't lose your brakes a lot. The only thing in these cars, well, that one's gonna be later, but only thing in Teslas or any battery operated cars, they're heavy, right? So your tires go, but they don't go a lot
faster.
Your tires go a lot faster, right? But if you're not, because it's all torque, so they're heavy, but it's all torque. So it's like you definitely wear your tires. But other than that, there's nothing in them. So the left button, the legs, everything. So you're not going to make anything. So the Slate car is great. I love that thing.
Yeah. What did I call your Tesla? It's the iPad with 4 wheels.
Pretty much. Big battery and an iPad and just 4 wheels. Yes, I do drive one. I like it. Been driving it forever. So, but yeah, I think it's coming that way. Like the less buttons, like I think people are, and we've talked about this before, right? People are like, we want buttons. And I'm like, I don't want a button. I don't want any of it. I want just simple. And the idea that this car literally is nothing in it.
Yeah.
And then you can just custom it is like, to me is great.
It's very refreshing. It harkens back to a simpler time, as I like to say. But this thing has got safety built in. It's got forward collision warning, emergency braking, and up to 8 airbags. I mean,
it has, as long as it has the safety features, which they have to have, because that's rules. Other than that, who cares? Customize it to whatever you want. And I love the like only other car I really like when it comes to EVs is Rivian's R3, who hasn't come out yet. The R3, the little one they have. Yeah. It's like an old school looking hatchback. That's like, I don't know, something about that car is great.
Rivian trucks are beautiful to look at.
Yeah, very nice.
I like
anything
I like Polestar because it's very Swedish forward. It's like very
driving it. He's driving it.
Really?
Yeah.
What you didn't like about it?
I had the 4-door sedan. I ran on it flew somewhere. Something about it just like so weird. I don't know. It was Polestar 1 or 2, whatever that was. Just didn't like it. Something about it. It was just too. It was like a regular car and somebody just put batteries in it. Like it was weird.
Okay.
The other one I saw the other day was the new Chevy Avalanche. That's the EV.
Uh-huh.
That was nice. That's like a nice car.
I saw a electric Hummer on the road the other day.
I say the Jeep something like that. I think that the more you make the car, designed well, but like the more you make the car looking like old school cars or whatever, the better, right? Like the one I really like is the Scout, because they make an EV Scout. That was kind of cool. But like the Tello truck, do you see this thing? This is weird, right? They're trying to make a weird. No, it's just a weird thing. Yeah, Tello. Tello Delaware. Yeah, it's like a weird truck.
Oh, that is
Um,
that's
it's
painfully
just the
odd.
way they designed it is odd.
That is painfully odd.
Yeah.
TLO EV truck. Look that up, folks. That is a very weird looking truck.
Yeah, and they're going for the same thing that Slate is doing, but Slate actually looks good.
Yeah, Slate has a very classic look to it, and you can customize it so where you could take it from a pickup truck, and with the kit, you can add 2 seats and make it an SUV. It has a back thing for it. So it kind of reminds me of an old, like a very stylized, almost like a Jeep.
Yeah, and then you can do like the conversion where it's like you don't really have the top. You can do the hatchbacky looking thing.
Right.
But for I think the small was like 150 miles on the regular battery. I think it's 250 or something like that on the bigger battery.
The upgraded battery.
I mean, the problem with that is as soon as you start upgrading it that way, you're hitting 40, 50,000.
Yeah, of course. All right, so I'm looking. There's already the YouTube thumbnails and guys with customized colorways. Yeah, people are going to customize the hell out of these. This guy converted one. He put this 1970s striped graphics and put a sleeper cabin on the back. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When you need a car that's 20 grand or below, and it's supposed to be trying to do it forever, they just never release it. Anybody that does something that's below 20, I think it's going to get introduced a lot better.
Yeah,
to the market, especially if it's an EV.
They're going after the DIY crowd, and I think it's also great for fleets. You know, if you got a fleet of trucks like delivery trucks, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah,
or like when you see those little auto parts trucks zooming around.
Oh yeah,
they usually use what's a little car they use? The little green and yellow car. It's like a little car.
Yeah, this would be great.
Yep.
Not far away. We have charge it up. You don't lose much in it.
Like local deliveries. I mean, I could see my pizza guy using that.
Well, never. Yeah, I mean, right. Like you never. There's nothing in them, so you can customize it to whatever. Just customize it to your own thing. And yeah,
slap a pizza oven in the back of that baby. You're making bank.
Little domino thing that they were doing, like the oven hot ready, whatever the hell they're doing right now.
Oh, we have a very good Italian place near us. It's called Domino's.
Domino's. Yeah, Domino's. It's quite Italian. Domino's. Step of Sicily.
Yes. Yeah, East Sicily.
Okay.
All right. Any final thoughts on the Slate truck?
I would like to see one in person.
I would too. I'm going to keep an eye on this and report back. And if we find one in the wild, we will let you know. All right, we're going to close it up. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We're on Bluesky, Twitter, Facebook. And sign up for our newsletter where you'll get extended show recaps and behind-the-scenes info on the show. Links are in the show notes. Bart, closing thoughts.
Stay dry and happy.
Now, some people would say the opposite of that, and I'm not going to say it out loud. All right.
Make that sun-wise.
Sun-wise.
Wow, okay. That was a deep thoughts today.
Thank you for clarifying. All right. We'll see you on the internet next week. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most.
I needed it right now.
Yeah, mute button would have come in handy on that last segment. All right, peace out, everybody.
Peace out.
What do you do now?